Have you ever sat in your favorite chair, the house quiet around you, and wondered, is this what life is supposed to feel like now? Not sad, exactly, but different, still, quiet, maybe even a little too quiet sometimes. Living alone after 70 can feel like entering a whole new chapter of life. And for many, that chapter begins not by choice, but by change, retirement, children moving out, or even the loss of a partner. Suddenly, the hustle and hum of life becomes a hush. And that hush can either be heavy or healing depending on how we approach it. But here's the beautiful truth. Living alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. In fact, it can be one of the most peaceful, empowering, and fulfilling seasons of your life. The key is learning how to embrace it rather than endure it. And that's exactly what we'll talk about today. Because even though the world may often focus on youth and busyness, there's something powerful about a person who knows how to enjoy their own company, to create their own joy, to feel at home in their own skin and space. So let's start where most people feel it first, the silence. That hush you feel when the house is still. It can either feel like emptiness, or it can become your sanctuary. And the first step to turning it into peace is to give that quiet space structure. You see, when we retire or live alone, the natural rhythm of the day often disappears. No one calling you into work, no kids demanding breakfast, no partner asking if you're ready to head out, just space. But humans thrive with a bit of rhythm. That's why creating a gentle daily routine is one of the most powerful things you can do. Not a strict schedule, but a series of calming touch points that give your day shape. A slow stretch in the morning, watering the plants, a favorite cup of tea at the same time each afternoon, a walk around the block, a soft light turned on in the evening to welcome the night. These little habits give your day meaning. They signal to your body and mind that you're in control, that life still flows, and you're the one guiding it. Next comes something that often gets overlooked but matters deeply: purpose. When we live alone, there's no one reminding us to get up, get dressed, or do something meaningful with our time. So that motivation has to come from within. And that's where having a sense of purpose, even a small one, can completely transform your days. Your purpose doesn't need to be grand. It could be as simple as learning something new every week, writing down your thoughts in a journal, teaching your grandchildren how to cook over video call, or even volunteering a couple hours at a local community center or garden. The truth is, you've lived a life full of stories, wisdom, and skills. Now is the time to share that wisdom, or to do something you've never had the time or freedom to explore before. Remember, this isn't the after of your life, it's just a new beginning. And in this new beginning, connection matters more than ever. Living alone doesn't mean isolating yourself. In fact, now is the perfect time to be intentional about who you let into your heart and how you stay connected. It's not about constant company. It's about meaningful connection. That might mean scheduling regular calls with an old friend, joining a book club, or even finding online communities of people your age who share your interests. You'd be surprised how many vibrant, kind, and thoughtful people are out there, just waiting for someone like you to say hello. Because even if the house is quiet, your life doesn't have to be. Now that we've begun to bring purpose and rhythm back into our days, let's talk about something that's often harder to admit, but just as important: safety. There's a certain confidence that comes from knowing we're secure in our own space, not just emotionally, but physically. And let's be honest, living alone after 70 can stir up a few new concerns. What if you slip in the bathroom? What if you forget to turn off the stove? What if something happens and there's no one there? These are real fears, but they don't have to take over your peace. Because there are simple, powerful steps you can take that instantly make you feel stronger, more in control, and most of all, safer. First, do a gentle walkthrough of your home, not to scare yourself, but to empower yourself. Look at your bathroom floor. Could a non-slip mat prevent a fall? Do your rugs have grippy pads underneath them? Is there a nightlight in the hallway for those late-night trips to the kitchen or bathroom? These small upgrades don't just prevent accidents, they help your mind relax. They remind you, I've taken care of myself today. You might also consider one of those emergency buttons or wearable devices, just in case. Not because you're fragile, but because you're smart. Peace of mind isn't weakness, it's strength. It means you're honoring your body, your space, and your future. And speaking of peace of mind, another thing that often gets overlooked is joy. Living alone means you get to make the rules. You can decorate however you want. Watch whatever you like on TV. Dance in the kitchen at 10 p.m. because no one is there to stop you. So why not turn your space into a place that sparks joy the moment you walk in? Put your favorite photo on the wall where you'll see it every day. Buy a cozy blanket in a color you love. Add soft lighting that makes evenings feel warm and inviting. Play music while you cook. Light a candle when you read. These aren't luxuries, they're little rituals of self-respect. And they make a home feel like your home. You see, joy doesn't have to come from big events or loud crowds. It can be a fresh flower on your table, the smell of your favorite soap, a handwritten note you send to someone who won't expect it. When you create joy intentionally, you remind yourself that you're not waiting for life to happen. You're living it right now. And as we talk about joy, we can't skip over self-talk, because living alone doesn't just mean being without other people. It means you're alone with your own voice more often than before. That inner voice can either be your harshest critic or your greatest ally. Which one is it for you if you catch yourself thinking things like, I'm too old for this, or I'm just a burden, or what's the point anymore? Pause. Gently pause. And ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love because you deserve that same compassion? Speak to yourself like you would to a dear friend. Celebrate your small wins. Be patient with your forgetfulness. Laugh at your own jokes. Cheer yourself on. The way you speak to yourself matters because you're listening. So today, just try this. The next time you do something kind for yourself, maybe you make the bed, or eat something healthy, or go for a short walk, smile and say, well done, I'm proud of you. You'd be amazed at what that simple phrase can do to your spirit. Now that we've softened the silence, built a sense of safety, and started showing ourselves the kindness we deserve, it's time to talk about energy. Not just the physical kind, but emotional energy too. Because when you live alone, you become the keeper of your own atmosphere. The energy in your space and the energy in your mind. It all starts with you. And one of the easiest ways to keep that energy uplifting is by getting moving, in whatever way your body allows. You don't need to hit the gym or run a marathon. Even a short walk around the block, some gentle stretches in your living room, or dancing to a favorite old tune can shift your entire mood in just a few minutes. Movement isn't about fitness anymore. It's about freedom. The freedom to carry your groceries, to water your plants without worrying about your knees, to get out of bed without stiffness, to reach for your coffee cup without strain. Every little bit of movement adds to your independence. And independence? That's gold. Plus, moving your body also helps lift your spirit. It reminds you that you're alive, capable, in charge. It helps shake off the mental cobwebs that can come from too much stillness. If you've ever felt foggy or low after a few slow days in a row, try moving, just a little. You'll feel the difference almost immediately. Now, while movement helps energize the body, creativity feeds the soul. And living alone gives you the rare gift of uninterrupted space to be creative in your own way. Maybe that means painting, even if you've never picked up a brush before. Maybe it's cooking something new, writing stories from your childhood, tending to a garden, or crafting cards to send to loved ones. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. When you create something, you leave a little spark of yourself in the world. And the beauty of being older is, you no longer need permission to express yourself. You've earned the right to explore, to be curious again, to make messes, to follow your instincts. And that spark, it keeps your mind sharp, your heart full, and your days filled with meaning. But even with movement and creativity on our side, there will be days where the weight of solitude might creep in. And that's why the next shift is so important. Choosing to receive. Many people over 70, especially those who live alone, find it hard to ask for help, or even to say yes when someone offers. But accepting help doesn't make you less independent. It makes you human. Let the neighbor carry your groceries. Say yes when someone offers a ride. Let your granddaughter show you how to use FaceTime, even if you feel a little silly. These are moments of connection. They are gifts for both of you. You've given your whole life to your family, your work, your community. Now it's okay to let someone give back. So here's a little reminder for today. You're not meant to carry everything alone. Even the strongest oak tree needs sunlight, water, and rich soil to grow. You're no different. Now that we've talked about movement, creativity, and learning how to receive, let's take a moment to focus on something that doesn't always get the attention it deserves: emotional boundaries. When you live alone, the outside world can sometimes forget that your time and energy are still yours. Just because you're home doesn't mean you're always available. Just because you have space doesn't mean it's open to everyone all the time. This chapter of life is about honoring what fills you and gently letting go of what drains you. It's okay to say no to phone calls that wear you out. It's okay to not attend every event, especially the ones that feel more like obligation than joy. And it's more than okay to protect your peace by choosing what you want, without guilt. You don't need to explain your boundaries to anyone. You simply need to trust that your life is valuable, your time is sacred, and your energy is worth preserving. And when you start building those
quiet boundaries, whether it's around your schedule, your emotions, or even your personal space, you'll notice something beautiful happens.
You start filling up with calm. You'll feel less stretched thin, less reactive, more content. And with that sense of calm comes a deeper kind of confidence, a quiet confidence, the kind that comes from truly knowing who you are and knowing that you're enough just as you are. Now, let's touch on something else that shapes how we feel when we live alone: memories. Some days they comfort us, other days they haunt us. Living alone can sometimes stir up memories from the past that haven't been dealt with yet. Loss, regret, the sound of an old song that suddenly brings tears without warning. This is natural. This is human. But it's important to remember that memories are like visitors. They come and go. They're not the present, and they don't define who you are today. When a memory feels too heavy, try speaking to it gently. Say, "Thank you for showing up, but today, I'm choosing peace." You don't have to push it away with force. Just remind yourself you're allowed to live in the moment you're in. You're allowed to find joy now, even if the past had pain. And if those memories keep knocking louder than you'd like, write them down. Start a memory journal, not to relive the pain, but to honor the story, your story. Putting feelings on paper is like letting them stretch their legs so they don't stay stuck inside you. You may find over time that even the hardest memories begin to soften when they're given light. And finally, there's one last powerful step that ties everything together, and that's choosing to see the beauty of being alone as a gift, not a punishment. Because here's the truth: not everyone gets this time, this space, this freedom to decide each day what matters most. Living alone after 70 doesn't have to be lonely. It can be a soft, sacred season of rediscovery, a season where you get to matter again. Not as a parent, not as a spouse, not as someone who needs to be needed, but as you. Simply you. A full person, a worthy person, a wise person, with a little more time, a little more stillness, and a lot more to give, starting with yourself. If you've made it this far, take a breath with me. Just a quiet inhale and a slow, steady exhale. That breath, it's yours. It's your reminder that no matter where you are in life right now, this moment, this day, this home you're living in, it still holds promise. It still holds power. You see, embracing life after 70 isn't about chasing what once was. It's about welcoming what is. And living alone isn't the end of connection. It can be the beginning of an even deeper one, with yourself, your surroundings, and the world around you. Let's gently revisit the path we've walked through together. You've learned that structure and rhythm don't just fill time, they build confidence. That safety isn't just about locks and light switches. It's a form of self-love. That joy can bloom from a candle on the table or music from your youth. That self-talk becomes your closest companion when the house goes quiet. And how you speak to yourself truly matters. You've remembered the strength that comes from movement, even the smallest stretch. The beauty that creativity brings, whether it's a paintbrush, a recipe, or your own voice singing softly in the kitchen. You've discovered that receiving help can be a gift, not a burden. That saying no is just as valuable as saying yes, and that memories, though sometimes sharp, can be softened with compassion. But above all, you've remembered that this season of solitude can be sacred. You don't need to fill every hour. You don't need to perform for anyone. You don't need to explain why you like your days slow and your evenings quiet. You are in a chapter where your life no longer has to revolve around others. It can revolve around you now. Your peace, your curiosity, your comfort. And there is such beauty in that. Such richness. You are not forgotten. You are not done. You are becoming. Still growing. Still shaping your story with every small choice you make. So here's what I invite you to do starting today. Let your home become a reflection of your soul. Let your mornings be unhurried, your evenings soft, your time honored. Reach out to those who lift you up and create distance from those who wear you down. Let laughter echo through your hallways again. Let kindness flow through your own voice when you speak to yourself. Let yourself rest when you need and shine when you feel the light within you rising. You deserve a life that feels good on the inside, not just impressive on the outside. And if no one has told you lately, let me be the one to say it now, you are doing just fine. You are wiser than you know, and you still have so much left to enjoy. Remember, small changes can lead to big peace. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start with one shift, one new thought, one new way of showing up for yourself. And watch how your life begins to feel a little fuller each day. If this video spoke to your heart today, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What have you discovered while living alone? What brings you peace? What little habit has made the biggest difference in your day? Your story could inspire someone else right now, someone who's quietly listening, just like you. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more thoughtful content made just for you. We're building a community here, one filled with wisdom, warmth, and real connection. Here's to living your best life, at any age, in any room, on your own terms. You've earned it. Here's to you.